Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. While Shotzzy makes a nasty 200 IQ play up against Los Angeles Guerrillas in scrims, iLLeY reveals exactly why the reputation that Dashy has built on the work ethic side is not going to affect OpTic Texas at all into this upcoming season. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoy the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do. Tell this channel reach new people. Please consider subscribing as well if you have not yet already. Firstly, wanted to discuss some Halo stuff that's going on. Maybe it was last weekend or something. There was obviously that big Halo tourney, the 2K, that the OpTic guys ended up winning, and that was a lot of fun to watch. It's going on again this time around. I did want to mention it just because I want to throw in a few Halo things that are going on, but also because Formal's actually playing in this, and it is really interesting the fact that Formal's been discussing, or at least was discussing to quite some length, frankly, during the process and these types of things, that really lost his motivation to get on and scrim every single day playing Call of Duty last year, but well, in this game, seems to be a very different matter in Halo Infinite. Like, seems to have got his mojo back in a sense, and is actually competing, obviously not on the OpTic team, but he's competing right now with the Space Station team. They played yesterday in winners round 6 up against eUnited, another obviously solid squad, and they won this one 2-1. So there was a lot of talk really about the fact that, wow, Formal seems to be back in business, maybe regaining the passion to some degree, and obviously we kind of speculated, okay, if he does go to Halo, this is before the game came out, and we actually knew that it's a pretty damn good game, but even before that happened, we were kind of like, okay, Formal goes back to Halo, does he kind of get back in his groove, and then maybe he comes back to Call of Duty at some point, but if anything, it's just going to stay in Halo for, well, as long as that game lasts. It's cool to see him competing in this, frankly, and having good success on some of these pro teams effectively. He's doing the scrims, like he's in these tournaments, he's going to be playing at Raleigh, like I guess he might compete for the rest of the year if he enjoys the game that much. Certainly seems to be particularly good at it, and as he says, mission accomplished for the day. We move on to Sunday, still in winners, back at 8,000 likes on this one. So yeah, everyone's pretty hyped about Formal getting back into the Halo side, and understandably so, right? This guy was obviously a monster in Halo before he even came to Call of Duty, moved over to Call of Duty in the Call of Duty Ghost days, where a load of players were trying to make the switch, because that's kind of the thing with Halo. The reason why Call of Duty has some advantage in the yearly releases is that it doesn't really have to worry about dying out too much, because at least there's a new game every year that some people are going to play. Whereas Halo, if the game is designed for it to be out for 10 years, like Halo Infinite is, then you might have some potential issues if people stop playing it over time. Kind of what happened back in the Ghost days, and whatever the Halo game was out at the time, people weren't having the greatest time on, and a lot of them tried to switch to Call of Duty. Some of them succeeded, Formal, Enable, few other ones as well. Most of them failed, but going the other way, some of the Call of Duty pros are trying to do that at the moment, or at least some of the amateur guys. We'll talk about that a little bit later today, but Formal certainly having a good time of things. This also I thought was incredible, frankly, just the open event that they had yesterday, or is going on this weekend, 512 teams competing. I'm pretty sure they maxed out the team numbers. That's the biggest Halo event ever in their history, according to all these rankings right here, which is, it's quite incredible to see the amount of teams and the amount of interest in these tournaments only seeming to increase over time. I do hope Call of Duty is looking at this and thinking, okay, could we possibly bring back like a 2K, 5K type tournament that we used to have a few years ago that people really enjoyed in the Call of Duty side as well. This also from Arcitys didn't get picked in 8, I'm down bad. But Formal's like, look, I'd never allow that if I ever come back to playing it, or of course if Arcitys goes and plays Halo 8 or something, maybe that would be the play as well. I needed this, thank you, says Arcitys as well. This also last night, there was some scrims going on. OpTic played a couple of sets, I believe, up against Los Angeles Guerrillas. Interesting 6 or so maps that they played up against them. Generally, OpTic were seemingly the better team here. There was a few moments where they probably could have won these maps even more comfortably than they did. This I thought was a particularly nice play here from Shotzzy on Kavutu, where he just leaves this guy in mid because he knows that if he gets around the back and gets a couple of kills, the way the squad spawns are going to work, that's going to be massive for OpTic breaking into this hardpoint. Nearly gets killed by his own teammates Nade, I think, but getting the skill, gets the job done. Nice little trigger discipline play, frankly, with the automaton, and yeah, well, helps them win the entire game. But yeah, just a nice little play, really. And it is kind of interesting because Los Angeles Guerrillas, there's been a lot of talk about some of these teams. FaZe, Trons Ultra seemingly having a good time on this game so far. LA Thieves, we saw a lot of a lot of those guys did pretty well in these tournaments. LAG, we haven't really seen that so much. So big questions, I think, going into this year for the LAG guys, because I was thinking they were one of the teams that theoretically is most improved, has a nasty squad, but it hasn't really transpired as yet, at least in terms of scrims and stuff. There's a long time to go, of course, for these guys to turn it around. The game may change significantly between now and when the league does actually begin. We imagine in January sometime, if it's anything like last year. But still, some nice plays going on from Shotzzy. This is kind of the overall scrim recap that CDL Scrim Intel puts out on the timeline. Berlin, Bocage, Gavutu, Tuscan going all the way of the OpTic guys, and then they replayed Berlin and Bocage or Bocage, and those go the way of Los Angeles Guerrillas. So just keeping you guys up to date on this topic. This then that comes out from X and the new Eavesdrop podcast a couple of days ago with iLLeY, talking about honestly a really great episode. Frankly, people give Hector some trash about the way he deals with these podcasts sometimes, but I thought he did a really good job prying a load of great information out of iLLeY about his past and his history in Call of Duty. And they're talking right here about how he met Dashy, the fact that he met Dashy when he had only like 200 followers, and he basically egoed him a couple of times, but then decided to play with him in a tournament in Infinite Warfare, and he was actually dominant in it, and kind of helps Dashy actually get his name into the scene as a result of that. And iLLeY was like, look, Dashy can pay me back if he puts in 100% effort this year. And they go on to discuss the fact that, yeah, there has been some concerns about the reputation with Dashy's work ethic, a lot of it due to the OpTic Gaming Los Angeles year, which wasn't particularly good in Modern Warfare. But since then, I don't really see the reason to be too concerned. iLLeY's thinking, look, you can tell that his drive and desire to win in this game is more than he's pretty much ever seen, and therefore it's not going to be any issue at all with him turning up on time, as it really hasn't been so far.
What do you think so far about the chemistry of the team?
Honestly, the chem of the team is honestly just insane. Just because, like, I was telling you just the other day as well, like, I knew Brandon, like, when he had, like, 200 followers.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I'll tell you more about it. So, like, Brandon was just, like, an S&D kid. Like, he was just on the come up in, like, IW. And, like, this is when, like, I was winning and, like, I kind of had a name for myself and I was streaming. And after, like, Brandon hit, like, so, like, one of my teammates, like, ended up getting sick for, like, S&D. So then afterwards, like, I had to, like, pick up someone. And, like, Brandon, like, was just hitting me up. So I'm like,
Did you tweet it out or he hit you up?
I tweeted out that I needed people, but, like, he just, like, I egoed him a few times, you know.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Like,
you gotta check them. You know what I mean?
Because and then after, like, he hit me up and I'm like, let's play with them, you know. And, like, he came out, like, beaming, like, he came out different that tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy's nasty.
Maybe he could have never gotten the shot, and maybe he wouldn't be where he's at right now.
Yeah.
Right.
I definitely sped up his process by a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Did he ever pay you back? Does he owe you money? What's up? Do you want to go talk to him?
I mean, I'll call it even going hard this year and like.
Yeah. Okay. But all right. People give Bruce a lot. Like they and because of like obviously he did have a couple of months where he was like super late to with the old OGLA squad, and then in other times. So like he has a little bit of a reputation, but I personally don't see that. Like, yeah, he's late a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
We make a big deal out of it because that's what we do as friends, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we make fun of each other. So he's like, here we go again.
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing, right? So for me, every single time I see fans like attacking him or news outlets saying, "Oh, Dashy's at it again," and I'm like, you don't know what's actually like happening.
Going on behind.
Yeah, if I put on a vlog and I make fun of him for being 2 minutes late, but I make it seem like it's 30 because I just overemphasize everything.
Yeah.
Like people take that to heart and they're like, Bruce is up again.
Yeah.
How's it been so far?
Honestly, he wants it. Like he's showing up on time. Like, I mean, it's not even it. He just like wants it, but you could just tell like whenever someone wants it and like wants to like be there and like play with the squad and win. Like honestly, like I think that's all like for gays. I think Brandon's like a really good teammate and just player.
So as Dashy says right here at the start of November, super excited to work with all these guys. Let's get after it. Scump, iLLeY, Shotzzy, Rambo, of course, Sender being the coaches when all this stuff was confirmed. And that's the thing. I think that last year was kind of a strange year for the OpTic guys, and it seemed like the work ethic for the entire team wasn't really there. This year, it should be very much a different story, especially with Rambo there as the coach, iLLeY and Shotzzy. These guys aren't going to get off the game. Scump's been absolutely on the grind lately on the stream, but also playing the game itself. And I think Dashy's going to fit in lovely into that environment. He also seems to be very motivated to actually bring home a championship now. It's been a difficult time for OpTic these last several years. Now OpTic's kind of back in business. They've got the funding. Everything should be on behind them on the right track again. And now they have an actual phenomenal team to start winning events. So that is kind of the big question mark. Like, can iLLeY in-game lead? We might talk about that tomorrow. But also, like, is Dashy going to be on time? These sort of questions have been raised. And X kind of says that, there's been some episodes where he's kind of hinted at the fact that might be an issue. But maybe he's exaggerated it to some degree in vlogs to make it, seem like just for entertainment purposes, a little bit more of a thing than it actually is. And iLLeY seems very confident that's not going to be an issue this year. Dashy's been maybe 1 or 2 minutes late, but nothing like a big deal. And that's going to help the OpTic guys get over the hurdle that they've had really the last couple of years. It's certainly been a difficult time, but I think that Dashy does seem very motivated right now. And that's the thing. If he's in a working environment like this and issues don't crop up like last year, because that's the thing, like formal, right? Maybe his head wasn't fully in the game last season, and therefore that kind of spirals into the rest of the team in terms of practice and this type of stuff and putting in the effort that they need to. But the the fact of the matter is, the top teams are not only incredibly talented, they're putting in an awful lot of time. And the OpTic guys are going to have to do that as well if they want to have some results this year. But of course, for pretty much every team, bringing home at least one championship is the goal at the end of the day. Of course, right now, we don't even know what the format's going to look like. I guess we'll see over the coming days, hopefully, with any luck. This also for Mitch is happening in, well, just a couple of days. Draft on the 29th, that being tomorrow. The tournament on the 30th, $150,000 TST Pro Sim Invitational. 3 days this one's away. And, well, it should be an exciting one. Hopefully going to be run a little bit better than that $110,000 tournament that we discussed yesterday with all the drama going on there. This I also thought was kind of crazy, frankly, that Chrome points out on the timeline. The Esports Awards, of course, happened last week sometime. And, well, Insight got second place in the Esports Controller Rookie of the Year in partnership with Scuff. And, well, as Chrome says, Insight came second in the Console Rookie of the Year. The closest thing we'll actually have to an official Cold War Rookie of the Year title, because for some reason, the CDL didn't actually give out a Rookie of the Year. I don't think they did this either during Modern Warfare. Usually there'd be like an official title because they give out like MVP of the season, right? But they don't for some reason give out Rookie of the Year, even though they discussed it on the broadcast and stuff, but never actually gave an official award. So I guess this is the best that Insight has. Kind of surprised they didn't do that, quite honestly. And speaking of Insight, I thought this is kind of good to just finish out the video here with from the Call of Duty League. This one won't be easy. Can you spot all 5 differences? Now there were some funny replies here, quite frankly, like Lando trying to point some of these out. I'll give you a second if you guys want to pause the video and just actually give this one a go, because I thought this is kind of funny, honestly, where at least where Lando was pointing on some of these. So anyway, if you guys want to pause, like, you know, feel free to do so. So congratulations if any of you guys found all 5. If you just want to enjoy the show, there's well, firstly, you've got Flux's shoes right here. They're a different color top to bottom. We also have the logo on the left hand side. The Ultra logo is not there, so that's number 2. Number 3 is some sort of lighting difference between Insight's legs. So you can see this like triangle here is a different color here than it is at the bottom. You've also number 4 is this light here at the top right hand side that has disappeared, and number 5 is this monitor in the back right, which is here, and not here at the top side. So those are all 5. I thought this was kind of funny though, because Lando comes out, he hits the boom, he hits the tick, and like he gets 4 of these, and then for some reason he like circles Bance's feet, like the bottom of his legs, and I'm not really sure what's even going on there. I couldn't find anything differently. And Clayster, I don't know what you're circling there, but it's on the monitor on the right, that's the number 5th one, rather than up here, at least, yeah, that's the light that disappeared. And you know, I thought I was faded looking at this pic. I spent so long looking at the 5th one, I just straight up snapped with that. I zoomed in like 5 different times, almost scheduled an eye doctor appointment, and I was like, okay, what is going on? And finally Clayster found the monitor. I thought it was kind of funny, to be honest, all things considered. But yeah, very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button, tell us the YouTube gods this is a good video, and looks like you should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you much as always, take care, and I will see you next time.